Welcome everyone, I'm Steve Stewart. Thanks for joining me as I visit the cemeteries, graves, memorials, and final resting places of the famous people who have touched our lives. They may be gone, but they're not forgotten. Hey everybody. Do you ever have one of those days where everything is just a little off? This has been one of those days for me. I think this is the third or fourth cemetery I've been to today, and I think so far I've found one person that I was looking for, and so that's always frustrating. Plus, it's a very ugly day. I mean, we're almost in June. I mean, it's May, near the end of May, almost June. It's Los Angeles, California. It should be beautiful and sunny here, and it's just been miserable this last month. Now we do have June gloom here in Los Angeles, and that's why I moved to the desert, to get away from all the gloominess. And in the desert, and where I live, it's sunny and beautiful almost 365 days a year. So every time I come back to LA, I'm always reminded about why I moved away. I'm here at Calvary Cemetery, and I did easily find the main person I was coming to see. There's quite a number of famous people that are buried here, but today I was especially interested in finding the gravesite of Ramon Navarro. Now, I've been wanting to come here for a long time. Actually, I came here once, and I was here too early, and the cemetery was closed, and then I ended up going to another cemetery. And right across the street, I don't know if you can see, right back there, with this iPhone camera, you may not be able to get a clear view, but right across the street, this is Whittier Boulevard out here, and right across the street is where Curly and Shemp, two of the Stooges, are buried. And so I went there first, and they're closed. I guess it's a Jewish holiday that I wasn't aware of, and so they're closed for the Jewish holiday. So just be aware, if you are planning to visit, check out all the Jewish holidays ahead of time to make sure that they're actually open. And I don't know if you can see the freeways. There's actually two freeways. This cemetery is right at the corner of I think it's the 710 Long Beach Freeway. Is this freeway here, and you can probably hear it as well. And then the other freeway on the other side of those homes is the Pomona Freeway. It's really easy to find. It's just right at the intersection of those two freeways. The entrance to the cemetery is on the corner of Whittier Boulevard and Downey Road. In addition to visiting Ramon Navarro's gravesite, I'm also going to visit the final resting place of Leno La Bianca. La Bianca was laid to rest at the outdoor mausoleum that you see there to the left. I'll come back to show you his crypt, but for now, I'm going to continue on straight ahead to visit the gravesite of Ramon Navarro. At the end of this street, I'll make a left, and I'll go a very short distance until I come to the St. Christopher section, and then Navarro's gravesite will be on the right-hand side. Leno La Bianca and Ramon Navarro were both brutally murdered less than a year apart from one another. Novarro was killed in 1968, and La Bianca was murdered in 1969. Both of their murders made headline news at the time and shocked the world. Novarro's murder was shocking because he was a movie star and because of its scandalous nature at the time. La Bianca's death was part of the Charles Manson crime spree that became one of the most infamous crimes of the 20th century. Novarro was a film, stage, and TV actor who began in silent films in 1917 while he was still a teenager. By the 1920s and 30s, he had become a leading man. And following the death of Rudolph Valentino, Novarro took his place as the Latin lover and sex symbol of the screen. He was also the second cousin of film star Dolores Del Rio. In 1925, he had his biggest success with the movie Ben-Hur. And in 1929, he was one of the fortunate actors who was able to transition from silent movies to talkies with the film Devil May Care. During his acting career, he appeared in more than 50 movies and continued to act in television until the time of his death. Since his death, nearly 50 years ago, Novarro has been the subject of movies, documentaries, TV shows, books, and even plays. As recently as 2016, NBC's television drama Aquarius was set in the late 1960s and revolved around the brutal murder of Ramon Navarro and the Manson murders. According to multiple reports over the years, Novarro often hired male prostitutes to come to his home in the Hollywood Hills for sexual services. Apparently, 2 of the young men who he invited into his home decided to rob him instead. They believed he had money hidden in the house, but when nothing was found, they essentially beat him to death. I'll pan around so you can get a better look at where he's located in this beautiful cemetery. If you're a fan of the actor, you can also visit him in Hollywood at his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So you can see there's some really beautiful headstones here. It's an older cemetery. I don't know if I mentioned, it's called Calvary Cemetery. It's a Catholic cemetery. And for some reason, I always thought, I've been wanting to come here for years to visit him, and for some reason it just, like I say, I tried once and wasn't able to get in. But I didn't realize that he was 69. He was born in 1899. So he actually did live a fairly long life, but he certainly deserves to be remembered. And so I wanted to come today and check out and visit his gravesite. Now, he doesn't have one of these large monuments. These, I can tell, are from these are from the 1920s here. He died, like I said, in 1968. The headstones were a lot more modest. In fact, they might not even allow these larger tombstones any longer. A lot of the newer cemeteries only allow the flat grave markers because it makes it easier. It's easier to maintain and to mow the lawn. It's difficult when you have to mow the lawns around these large monuments. So you can see some really beautiful statues and artwork. It's a nice cemetery just to come and visit. Instead of turning around and going directly back to Leno La Bianca's final resting place, I'm going to continue on, and for those of you who might be interested in seeing a little bit more of the cemetery, I'm going to take the long way. This isn't a small cemetery, but I wouldn't really say it's a really large cemetery either, so it's somewhere in between. The road I'm on now will loop back around to the front gate, but it's not the only loop. There's another road that loops around on the back side of the mausoleum, but this will give you a little bit better idea of the size of the cemetery. From the top of this hill, you can even see downtown Los Angeles. Some of the statues and private mausoleums that you see along the way as you're driving through the cemetery are just beautiful. Instead of going straight and heading out the gates, I'm going to make a right-hand turn up here and take the road that leads to the mausoleums. It's another circular loop road. On August 10th, 1969, Leno and Rosemary LaBianca were stabbed to death in their home on Waverly Drive in Los Angeles, California. They were killed by members of the Manson family who just the day before had murdered actress Sharon Tate and 4 others in her Benedict Canyon home. The LaBianca murders were completely random, and they just happened to be victims of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Leno was 44 years old, and his wife, Rosemary, was 38 years old. I was a teenager in 1969, living in the Los Angeles area, and reading the newspapers and listening to the reports on the news was very frightening for everyone and completely unbelievable. I remember it as clearly as if it were yesterday. Leno's crypt is in the outdoor mausoleum that you see here to the right. As I mentioned earlier, as recently as 2016, NBC aired the television show Aquarius, which was a dramatization of the Manson murders, and also the Ramon Novarro murder. Rosemary LaBianca was cremated, and the whereabouts of her ashes are unknown. Leno was interred here at Calvary Cemetery in the crypt that you see in front of me. They may be gone, but they definitely are not forgotten. I'll pan around so you can see where his crypt is located in relationship to the rest of the cemetery and to the larger mausoleum. It's now been nearly 50 years since their murders, and there have been countless books, documentaries, movies, and TV shows devoted to retelling the story of their grisly murders. Charles Manson died in 2017 at the age of 83, but his story and the Manson family murders are just as much alive today as they were nearly 50 years ago. I'm happy to see that Leno is in such good company here at Calvary Cemetery, and I'm happy to see that he hasn't been forgotten all of these many decades later. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. And if you'd like to see future videos like this when I upload them, if you'd like to be notified when I upload them, then don't forget to subscribe. and you can do that down below as well. So I'll leave information as far as directions to the cemetery. Thanks for joining me as always, and I hope to see you next time.